Just give me a few minutes, students. Really, I started. Good evening. What is the problem? Good evening. Good evening. We'll get started in a few minutes. Well, Happy New Year to every one of you. Uh, start to it. We'll be doing notification service using yes, Nilanjan. Today we are going to do notification service. We will complete the notification service code using the cron job. Exactly. I noticed you use npm install cron job, but in npm website this is npm icron install cron. That should be okay. You can try both of any one of them should be fine. Sometimes there are multiple ways of installing the same package. So I noticed it. The package name was node cron. I didn't say install cron job. I said install node cron. I wrote this command install node cron. Yes, exactly. So you can use either one of them. I install this npm install node cron. You can also check cron. That should not be a problem. Yeah, they seem to be the same. Who will decide the ticket priority? Must it be customer or engineer? Anand, it is usually decided by the person who is creating the ticket, although it can also be updated by the any one of the parties. So what happens in these tickets is Let me check. Just give me 1 second. Uh, Difference between cron and node. Okay, there are three different versions of this. Yeah, these are three different schedulers. Yeah, just give me 1 second. Uh, and these are cron job and node cron. Cron and node cron are two different packages, and they're authored by different people. Typically, you can do the same thing with all of them. The syntax will vary a little. That's what is the crux of that question. Okay, Nilanjan? Okay, Likhit? Yeah. So there are a bunch of packages that do the same thing. There is node cron, that is cron, and there is one more which is called as cron schedule, node schedule. So I mean, all of them do similar things. They have different APIs. That's all there is to this. Uh, who will decide? I think I've answered this question. Typically, what happens with these tickets is when somebody creates the ticket, they decide a priority, and during the lifetime of the ticket, people can reduce the priority or increase the priority depending on the time that has passed. Sometimes, if very little time has passed, they can also increase they can also reduce the priority. Suppose there is a small ticket, but somebody created it for first priority. Then the first person who looks at it can reduce the priority. Similarly, if somebody creates a ticket and um, it has not been solved for some time, then can come and people can come and increase the priority of the ticket, basically to make it more important. Okay, so that being said, let me start Let me start today's class. I think I've discussed the overall architecture of notification service with you. Today I'm going to spend some time talking about the actual code of the service, and maybe if needed, uh, I'll refer back to the overall architecture whenever needed. But I think it will not be needed that much, so I'll not worry about it. First thing first, as is common across all the classes, I'll go ahead and start create a new folder for today's class. So I'll just go to reliable. Uh, there is CRM app. Inside CRM app, CRM app. Inside this is chapter 11. Let me copy this and let me paste it again. And once it gets pasted, I'm going to make it 12 and I'll save the date of today's class. Okay, so it is saved. Now let me come here and rename this to, first of all, let me remove this copy from here. Today is 30th of December. 30th of December. And this is 12. And this is notification service. Continue. So far, so good. Let me also push these changes of creating a folder. Sometimes I forget about pushing the changes. Created folder for class number, class 12 or lecture 12. Come to me and that will push the changes. Okay, so this repository has been pushed. I have created the folder. Let's come here and let's open this. So yesterday we just created app.js and it just contained a cron scheduler. Today I'm going to start from setting up the database, and then once I set up the database, I'll start working with the database. So first thing I'll need is first I'll remove this part. I don't need it. Just require let's do theta. First I'll have const server config is equal to require. I don't need server config, so I'll remove this. I only need db config. Uh, I'll do require config slash db config. Okay. Now I'll just come here. I'll save this and I'll create a new. Will we have to make a new folder for? Yes, you'll have to create a new folder. And I think this is something I discussed last time. You have to create a new folder and do Node in it inside, and then install a bunch of apps. You have to install Express. You have to install Node. You have to install Cron. Okay, Karan. I think I wrote that in the README. Let me check. Hmm. So let me write here. Uh, Steps to build the first empty folder. Build the empty folder. What you need to do is uh, first you have to do no npm init. Then you'll have to do uh, npm install node. Sorry, npm install express and cron node cron. And one more thing you have to install, which is your mongoose. Okay, these two commands, if you write, this folder will get created and the required package, and you'll also have to do dot save. Okay, so if you do this, the folder will, inside a folder, this folder will get created and then you can work from there. Let me save this and let me go back to my app.js. It says in the db config I will have the configuration file. So I'll come to notification service and create a new folder called as configs. Configs. Inside this folder, I'll create a file called as db.config.js. What am I going to do in this? I'll have module.exports being equal to. So first I'll need db name. Let's create a new database for this. Either we can create a new database or Let me check how we created for that file. So in this we have db config. Yeah, this is good. So I'll just copy this and we'll have a separate database for this. So I'll just come here and paste that. And inside this, I'll just write CRMD. It should be notification DB, no notification underscore DB, and this will come here also. Notification underscore DB. So far, so good. Now I have my DB. This DB will get created as soon as I run my app.js. After DB config, I'll need const mongoose. For this, I'll just do require mongoose, and I'll need express. Const express require express. Uh, okay. Express is coming in a different. Has the Express been installed? Let me check. Yeah, it is. I think it is here. Its value is never right. That's okay. So Express is Mongoose is there. Express is there. Uh, I just have to do express dot JSON. So I can do that. So first thing I'll do const app is equal to express. This is first, and then I can do app dot use express JSON. Uh, like how I did it for the last app. Express.json. So I'll just come here and do express uh, express.json like this. Okay. I need express.json and I need to connect to Mongoose. So I'll do mongoose.connect dbconfig. I'll connect to dbconfig and in this I'll connect to db underscore URL. Why is this not catching? It should be configs folder. Yeah, I did that. Now let me see config dot db URL. Connect to this URL, and if it is connected, the callbacks, there will be two callbacks. First callback is for the success. In case of success, you can just return and do console.log connected to MongoDB and on, and once we can do that also. Uh, we can do it do that way also, but this is also possible. You can just do in parsing. You can have so this connect call can also have callbacks. Okay, so you can do like this as well. There are multiple options for doing the same thing. So You can, if there is a error, which is going to be this one. In case of error, what you need to do is console.log uh, error. Why is this error colon error dot message? Okay, and I'll just enter here. And that is the connect call. That's all you need to do for the connect. Now the final thing you need to do is app.listen at port number. What port should you listen to? You should listen to 3000, I guess. 3000 is already taken. So we will take 3020. So I'll just write here 3020, 3020, or I'll do 3030. 3030. At 3030, at this port, you start listening, and you can see console.log application started on the port number. So, port number 3030. Okay. Everything seems to be fine. Let me try to run this. Port can be taken up to, yeah. I don't know the specific number, but I can show it to you. What is the range of port? Uh, port numbers? Yeah, it can be from 0 to 6536, and typically 0 to 124 are reserved for privileged services. Don't use anything less than 1024. Try to start from 3000 and upwards. Okay. Maximum range is this only that you shared, Nilanjan. Yeah. Thank you for the question. Let me see what is this? Just close this. Okay. So far so good. Let me start the app on this. Come here and do CD12. Inside this, I'll do node app.js. What is the problem? Cannot find module Express. That's what I was thinking. Express is not installed. So I'll just come here and do npm dot install Express. I was thinking I've installed it, but maybe I have not installed. So I Express and save, and it will get installed in few minutes. Now, now what I'm going to do, I'm going to run the code again. And fine, it is running at port 3030 and connected to MongoDB. Okay, so that's how you can create an app. Install Mongoose also. I did that before. Previously, I have installed Mongoose. I can show you in the package.json. In package packet.json, there is Express, Mongoose, and Node-cron. What is DB name? Notification DB. DB name is notification DB. This one. Okay. Correct. Yeah. So that is the config. Now let's start from the model itself. And first we create the model and then we can fill up everything else. Node module folder comes from Express. Yes, no, it comes from, not from Express. It comes from any module that you install. Any module that you install gets saved in the node modules folder. For example, if you install Mongoose, it gets saved here. Okay. So first, let me define the model. I'll define a folder called as models. Inside models folder, I'll define a file called as ticket notification model. Ticket notification dot model dot js. I guess that is the name of the file. Model dot js. And okay, let me close this. Let me close this. 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 Save. Let me close this. Close this. Ticket router. Yeah. So I come here and ticket notification. Let's talk about what we want to save in the ticket notification service. First of all, we'll need Mongoose to start. Mongoose require. This is different from ticket. It is ticket notification. What is the notification you want to send about the ticket to somebody? Try to ask this question to yourself. Ticket notification schema. In this schema, I'll have new mongoose dot schema. Enter. First, we'll need subject. What is the subject? Is think of it like an email that you need to send. So every email has a subject. I'll make it as required as true, and I'll just copy this part. First of all, I'll create a comma here. Subject is always required in your ticket. There will be a ticket ID. This ID will come from the ticket that is getting updated. Why are we creating this schema? This is schema. So we have a model. We have a model that is going to save our notifications. Okay. So we are building this notification service, which is going to receive notifications from the CRM app and then send it across to the users whosoever you want it to send to. Okay. Before sending a notification, you will first save it into a database. And for saving into the database, we are creating this schema, which is ticket notification schema. We are going to use this schema to create the model for ticket notification. Does that make sense, Nilanjan? Hello? It will send email to users? Yes, exactly. It will send this. This will be the email. Think of it like an email. Ticket notification is an email that you are sending to the user. Exactly. It will send it will pass the email to the Gmail engine, and then the Gmail engine will send it across. Okay. Receive email in emails. This is also you can have multiple emails, so I'll have to write it as a list of strings. Whosoever who should get the email. So we don't need to send manually. It will send an email. Or, yes, exactly, Nilanjan. Whenever there is a change in the database, whenever there is somebody who changes the ticket, all the stakeholders will get a notification about it. So if a customer changes the ticket, both engineer will get the notification. If engineer changes it, the customer will get the notification. And typically, the admin will also get notified about it. Yeah, that's why we have this. At the recipient address, we'll have sent status. Sample status will also be string unrequired. But here's one more thing that is there. There will be something as default value, and default value will be unsent. I'll talk about what can be the other values in just few minutes. And requester. This is a optional field which is of type string. There can be a requester who is requesting a string, is requesting a call. Okay. So now created at line 17. There can be more than one recipient. So line 17 says type is a list of strings. Okay. Yes. Why unsent? Because by default a notification will be unsent when the cron job takes notifications from the database and send it across to Gmail. Then only the notification will be sent. Okay. Otherwise it will be unsent. Created at. This is again something you have seen before also. A type date will be date type, and uh, it will be of type date. It will be immutable. Yeah, I added that. At line 26, are you saying? Line 26 is, I'll save this and it will add all of them. Unsent again, please. Current unsent is because unsent means it is not being sent yet. Once I send it, what it means is uh, I save all the unsent messages in my database, and then every 30 seconds I query my database for all the unsent messages and send them across to the email client. And the email client is going to send it to the respective users. Yeah. Immutable is say true, and default colon brackets return it dot now. Okay. This is created at. There's also updated at. It will be again a date type of date, and default will be again a function from empty argument list to return date. Are we giving default as a function? Uh, Date dot now may not work because you have to run a code. That might only take a static value. Okay. Date is created at doesn't provide time in our date time zone. Instead, we can write once new date and return date to string to get time zone in our Indian time zone. Uh, yeah, that is a update you can have. That is an extra feature you can have, Nilanjan. Okay. Why give a function to? Oh, that is nice, Nilanjan. That's a nice addition. You can only have static values as values, or you can have functions. I don't think you can do something like this. Uh, Let me check. It dot now. No, this probably will not work. It will save the right now date. Like when this code is getting executed, it will save that date to it. For example, if I run this code at the start of the month, then the start of the month date will be saved all the places at all the places. Okay. It will not save date dot now for the current date. Whenever you start the server, that date will get saved at default. Does that make sense, Likit? Hello. There is no difference between created at and updated at. Created at is immutable. So it cannot be changed. Once you first create the ticket, it will not get changed. Uh, and otherwise, there's no. How will it query for unsent messages every 30 seconds? It will run a cron job. Every 30 seconds, fetch all the messages that are unsent and try to send them across. That's all the purpose of cron is. Okay. Try to look at the database. Multiple messages will be in this database. Yes, that is true. So Abhijit, what we'll do is we'll just run a cron job that is going to find many messages such that the send status is unsent. Take those messages, and then what you do is you send them to the email service and mark them as sent. DB structure I'm not getting. Yeah, DB structure is this only. It is just think of it like an email, Abhijit. Uh, DB contains only one collection, which is ticket notification. This ticket notification contains a subject, a ticket ID, content, recipient email address, the sent status of this, the requester, and the created at. Okay, and the subject will contain things like the ticket got updated because of this, or some kind of message will be there. There can also be a body if you want, but this is mostly what we have. Okay, there can be an optional body in the schema. Is the structure you are getting now? Then which field will contain the multiple message part? This is one message. There will be multiple messages like that. This is the collection, and this is the schema of the collection, which will recipient email in array. Yeah, recipient email in array means that I can send it to two people. If a uh, if I am sending it and I want to notify the engineer as well as the admin, then there will be two email addresses that we need to send. Okay. Yeah. Yes, Aradhi. So Abhijit, what I'm saying is try to think of it as a single document. There will be multiple document like this. Why not keep one ticket's multiple messages together? That is not a good idea because or you can get all the messages in one go by searching based on the ticket ID. That you can do, but you don't send all the messages every time there is an update. Okay, you send only the latest message to all the people. Therefore, what you need to do is you need to just keep the notification single. Subject versus content. Subject is only going, so if you have ever sent an email, you first send the subject and then you write a content for the email address. So that's why there are two things that you can have. Similar, think of it like an email address basically. Hmm. So this is how the email address look like. uh, and finally I can come out of this and write module dot content will contain multiple messages, right? My content will contain only the description of the message. For example, it will contain what has happened. Like when you send an email, it does not contain multiple messages. Content contains what is the overall message you have, the description of the message. Yes, exactly. Module dot export is equal to mongoose dot model, and this model is called as ticket notification, and the schema is ticket notification schema. Very simple. So we are done with the model. We have created the model for our app. Any questions on the model? Now we can go ahead and for model we are going to create. Now is a good time to create the controller, and then we'll do rest of the things. There are only two controllers that I need to create, and I'll create them just now. I mean, there is only one controller with two functions. So I'll just it is a model for a notification, not notification system, right? That's why it contains one message. Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. It is a ticket notification schema. It is not the ticket notification system. Yeah. Okay. So this model is always for a single collection, a single document inside the collection. That's what a schema is about. Okay. So I come here and I define another folder, say known as controllers. Controllers. Inside the controllers folder, I define a file called as ticket notification controller. Ticket notification controller. Should it be controllers? Controller.js. Okay. And this I need to I'll define two functions. First is first of all I'll need the ticket notification model. So I'll just do ticket notification model. And where do I get it from? I do require uh, dot dot models slash notification model. Okay. And then you can do exports dot accept notification request. Accept the notification request. That is the first function you can have. There are only two functions. Either somebody can call this API to give a notification and say, please send this notification across to the email service. That is one use of this notification service. Or the second use is, okay, I have given you a notification few minutes back. Can you tell me what is the status of that notification? Those are the only two use cases here. Do you see that? Do you see the only two use cases that we have? Hello. Either I can receive a notification or I can export dot get for a given notification. Yeah. These are the two things we can have. Either I can accept notification request. This function, this controller adds a new notification, new unsent notification to our DB. Okay, this is the first function. The second function that you have is this controller tells the client, the current status of a notification. Those are the only two functionalities that you have. Okay. Can you repeat, explain the accept and get notification? Yes. Hariyanan, what I'm saying is when CRM app calls this, calls, when our CRM app calls a notification service, what are the two things it needs? It can either say to the notification service, hey, notification service, could you please send this notification to this user? Either that is one request, or the second request is, oh, I told you to send this notification. Can you tell me what is the status of this? Those are the only two things that a CRM app can do with this notification service. Does that make sense, Aryan? Yeah. Service and API is the same. Yes, service and API is typically the same. Sometimes services can be a little different, but mostly you can think of them as same. Service is the internal thing that is running, and API is the interface between you and the service. You can think of it like this. Send notification, sir. Notification function will be in here. Yes, exactly, Likit. That is correct. We'll have similar function in the notification app. Okay, so now I'll just do async. In this we'll have a request and a response. And how does this look like? First, we'll need a const notification object. Uh, Inside this notification object, we'll have few things. First is the subject, request.body dot subject, comma. We'll have content. Sometimes the content might be undefined, but request.body dot content. Recipient receive recipient emails and request.body recipient emails. Requested dot body dot requester and then ticket ID. Sorry, request dot body dot ticket ID. So far, so good. Now what we are going to do is, yes, Likit, that is correct. What you wrote is correct. Now we'll do try, and all we do is const notification is equal to await ticket notification model dot create not, notification object, and once the notification object is created, all we need to do is result dot status 200 dot send the 200 dot send, and here we can say request request ID colon notification dot ticket ID, send the ticket ID, and then you can do status as accepted request. Very simple. Create an object and send it across. If that is not there, then catch the error, and you can just do console.log error while accepting a notification request, and this I'll just do error dot text. So that's how you can define the first function. Very simple. Create an object and add it to the notification database. Is there any doubt about the accept notification request controller? Very simple. Now, by this time, you should be very familiar with, really familiar with. Sir, no result dot send in catch block. No, no, no. You will not send anything if Oh, maybe you can send. That's a good idea. I can. That's actually a good idea. Thank you, Harian. We can have result dot status, and we can send 500, and I can send message to internal server error. Okay, happy, Harian? That's one. There will always be going to be another function, which is the get notification status function. But I'll write this function later. Let me first run the app so far. Like let me add the controller, let me add the router, and let me try to run this app so far. Okay. Can you show the model once? I can show that. Here is the model. There is content, there is subject, there is ticket ID, there is recipient email, sent status, request. Yes. I cannot show the whole model in one go, but yeah. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is before writing this part, I'm going to let create this part and run it. So controller is done. I'll come here and create another folder which is called as routes. Inside routes folder, I'll have a file. What is this? This is chapter 12. Let me reduce this. Yeah. Chapter 12. Inside this, there is routes. Inside routes, I create a file, and that file is called as ticket notification route.js. So ticket notification route.js. Okay. Inside this file, I'm going to define a very simple const notification notification controller is equal to require controllers slash notification controller. And then all you need to do is module dot exports is equal to function app app dot post. Let me give the URL for this notification uh, noti. I can write it as notify server slash notify server slash API slash notification. And for this, I'm going to do notification controller dot accept notification request. So that's how my router gets defined. Once the router is defined, I can come to app.js and import the router. Without even importing the router, I can just directly write it like this: require dot routes slash ticket route. Get this and send the app to it. Okay, so now my router is working. My app is listening to 3030. I can save this. My router is working, my controller is working, and my model is working. It's like live IIFE. What is what is that? Is it like live? I didn't get you. IIFE. What is IIFE? IIFE. Yeah. Uh, yes, yes, yes. Okay. Yeah, that is what it is. The require function is very similar to what you're talking about. Yeah. This require function here is similar to immediately invoked functional expression. Can you give me an example of a function that does not get invoked as soon as it is defined? Can you give an example, counter example of IIFE? A function that is not IIFE. This callback function. Think of this callback function. It is not a immediately invoked function expression. It will be invoked after some time. Okay. So that's the difference between IIFE and this function. Anyways, so I've defined my router, I've defined everything. Now I'll just come here and run the app, uh, Control C, and run the app one more time. What is the error? Uh, index.js 161 router index.js cannot add property next. Object is not extensible. App.js. Let me check. No, go down. Close. There's some problem with this router. Routes.app. I did post. Let me save this. Did I put a comma or something? Shin controller. Okay, let me just unsave that thing. Hmm. What is the problem? Cannot add property. Next, object is not extensible. At app, express. Am I missing something? I defining express. What is this? What is this? This. Yeah, there was some extra quotation mark somewhere. Therefore, it was causing a problem. Now it is running fine. Now, what I will do is uh, I'll open Postman and show it to you how to add a ticket notification. Hmm. It is running on 3030. So let me close bunch of. Uh, I want to do is I want to save this request name. I don't want to. I want to save all of them to a collection, but I'll just close them for the timing. I don't mind. Maybe in future I'll have some problem, but right now I'm closing every one of these. Okay. Empty workspace. Now let me create a new request, which is localhost, localhost, colon 3030 slash notif service, service slash API slash notifications. And I'm just sending it. I'm not sending anything in the body right now. I'm just sending this, and it is saying an error occurred, cannot get notification. This is not a get one. This is a post request. I'll send it again, and it is saying internal server error. So it is working fine. Now let me add a body to it, a raw body. I'll just remove this. It is post. Yeah, it is post. It should be JSON. Yeah. In JSON, what do I need here? Let me check. First, I need a subject. So I'll define here subject should be inside quotes. Subject ticket updated by engineer, and then ID, ID. Let me give a ticket ID, say 1 2 3 4. Ideally, it should be a number. Content of the email. Your ticket has been updated. We'll need recipient element, recipient emails. In this, I'll set an array of xyz at gmail.com. I'll have another one, abc at gmail.com. Okay. There should be a comma here as well. Recipient email. There can also be a requester. Let me call that requester to be initial. That's all we need. Let me check in my controller if these are all the things I needed. Body, recipient, content, requesters, ticket ID. Ticket ID is there, requester, body, content, recipient. Everything is there. Now I can send this request. I just come here and send it as post, and it says that uh, request ID 1234 and request has been updated, accepted. So working very well. There is no problem in the app. Okay, any questions about this notification app? Very simple app, adding something to the DB and notifying user once that is being added. Nothing else is happening here. Let me save this. Post notification, and can I have a new collection which is called as notification service? I'll create this. Inside this, I'll post notification. Okay. This is one example. Let's go back to our code and see what we have. Let's revise what we have learned today. Error while accepting notification request. Notification validation failed. Subject is required and it was not passed. So when the first time it failed, it was like there were a bunch of things that were required, but it was not passed, so it failed. But once we passed those things, it started accepting. So now app is done. I'm going to close app. I'm going to close. So router is where we start. We send the notification to this notification controller. Notification controller creates an object and adds that to the model. And once it gets added, it says that accepted request. Otherwise, it says there was an error. And model is like this, which we have created. Okay. Now, one thing that will be very much fun is to just look at the uh, Mongo Compass, Mongoose Compass, and try to see if we have the notification DB. And what? Let's see what we can do with the DB. So we are going to connect here. I cannot reduce it further. So I just remove. Need to control minus on this. Now I should be able to reduce it. No, I'm not able to reduce. If I do control this, this is not going below. This is not going below this. I connect to this server, and now I have notification DB, which contains ticket notification, and this is the ticket that we have. Anshul has sent, it is unsent, and these are the created and the updated time, and version is also there. So that's what I was talking about, creating a simple app. So what's array? What's array? Array is a list of strings. Sorry, I closed that. I should not have closed that. It's an array of receiver emails. Uh, Mongoose Compass. Okay, like it's the email. It's the list of emails for which we are sending it. Let me connect here. Uh, I come here and look at the list. Click here. This array is recipient email. If I click on this, I should be able to see if I just click here and click on recipient email. It should be an array, but it is not coming up. Email is provided. Email is of course provided, but let me see it in array. And recipient, it is an empty list. Maybe I provided the wrong spelling. Let me check on my. Uh, Let me check in the Postman. What have I provided? Recipient. It is. It should be recipient. I guess that is the right spelling. No, RECIEPIENT. Yeah. Now, if I send this, I have to update the ticket. So maybe 345, 345, and if I send this one more time, uh, and I go back to my mongoose, there should be two columns. So if I just come here and refresh, this is the ticket 345. Am I writing it correctly? Yeah, I'm just give me 1 second. Let me save here. This is correct. Let me go to my notification service. Go to notification. Sorry, controller. In this, let me see the recipient emails. Should be this. Should be this. Now it should work out well. Uh, in model also. Yeah. Let me see in the model. Uh, Model notification model. Here I have written the correct spelling. Those two places I wrote the wrong spelling. This is the reason why my school teacher used to get angry with me. I used to write correct spelling at few places and wrong spelling at few places, and he was always like, Why are you writing different spelling at different places? So yeah, let me write this. Updated the ticket by engineer again, and 3456. I come here and send it again, and I go to Mongoose and I refresh this, and now I have recipient emails. If I click on this, I get the two emails that I have sent. Very nice. I'm going to delete the previous two files. Uh, One is this one. Delete this, and the other is this one. Delete this. So that's the secret email. Now we are going to take a break. I'm going to push the changes to the GitHub repo. Hmm. Added post control. Huh? Huh? Okay, students. Let's take a short break now. Okay. We'll come back. From, we'll come back at. Sir, you also for it. Yeah. That is true. No, my brother came for something else. I don't know what he came for. Break till 9:30, 36. Yeah. See you at 9:36 p.m. Okay. I already pushed the code, Likit. I have pushed the code. No, I have not pushed. Yeah. Let me check. Oh, I have pushed the code. The code is there. We can work with the code, and once we come back, we'll start sending the emails. Okay. See you at the end of 18 minutes. Bye, everyone. Hello students, let's do the rest of the app. Are you back from the break? Say yes if you're back from the break. I'm going to share my screen again and I'll close this. I'll bring this one up. So everything is working fine so far. We are able to add the notifications into our DB. Now there are two things. Either I can write the rest of the controller and then go to the cron job, or I can, okay, I'll write rest of the controller and then go to the cron job because it's a small controller that remains to be written. So I'll just go to controller and then I'm going to write the cron job as well as the email client, that email client service that we need to use. Async. So let me remove this. Um, async async request comma response. And what is going to happen here? First, we'll need the request ID. So const request ID is equal to request dot parents dot ID. We are going to use an ID parameter, ID param here. Then try will be a try block. This will be const notification is equal to await ticket notification model dot find one. In this, what I'm going to do is ID request ID. Whatever ID you are sending, that's what I'm going to search for. This ticket ID is different from the ID of the ticket that you have. This is the ticket notification ID. Okay, you can think of it like that. And you'll have request.status. If it is Firefox, you can send uh, request ID notification dot ticket ID. This is first. The notifications ticket ID. That is correct, Karan. Whatever is the notification, what is the ID of that notification? Exactly. Um, you'll have a subject. It will be notification dot subject. You'll have content. Notification dot content. You'll have recipient email. Notification dot recipient email. You'll have sent status as notification dot sent status. And if this all fails, you'll just come here and write catch error, and you can do console.log uh, error while catching notification request, and then you can send the error message. Simple. That's how you can write the controller, and look how quickly you can write a controller these days. It just takes few minutes. This should not be request, this should be response. And here also I should send a response. Ideally, I should send the same response that I sent earlier. So I'll just copy from here. Control C, come here, make enter, paste it. Okay. Look how quickly we can write a controller using this. There will be a time where you will be able to create a complete app. If you continue like this, there will be a time you can create a complete app in less than 3 to 4 hours. So yeah, I'm hoping that time comes soon. Maybe you will also have a machine coding round in your interview sessions. So I think in those interview sessions you have to write a machine code. So there also you can use this knowledge. Now I'm going to go to the router. Inside the router, I'm going to create a GET request, app.get. In the GET request, I'll copy this whole thing. This is the same. And in the end, I'll have a parameter with this ID param on notification controller dot get notification status. So my router is also done. My controller is also done. I come here and control C this, run the app again, and this time I go back to my not model compass. I'll go back to Postman. In Postman, I create a new notification. I say go to localhost. Sorry, localhost this, and inside this I'll have to send a ticket ID. Ticket ID I'm sending 135 13456. I copy this and I come here and paste it, and everything looks fine. I send this, and it says that the status is unsent. Okay, you get the ticket when you do this. Is this making sense? Yes or no? So this is how you can get and put things uh, into the DB. Very simple API. Now I'm again going to save this because saving is a good idea. This is called as post get notification status. We should return only status. It's a good idea to return the whole ticket. Uh, I mean, somebody who is asking for a status may also be interested in these things. Uh, you can return the whole ticket if you want. I don't find it to be a bad design choice. Yeah. Uh, yeah. It's okay. If you want, you can just send the status of the ticket, which is this one. But it is also a reasonably good approach to send the whole ticket. I don't see a very big problem with this approach. Okay. Yes. Now we are, although the naming might be a little tricky, like since we are naming it as the status, so we are looking for the ticket status. Yeah. Have you connected notification to the CRM app? No, that is what we are going to do tomorrow. In tomorrow's class, we are going to connect the two apps. Okay, and tomorrow's class is all about connecting notification service with the CRM app. Tomorrow we are having class. Yes, you are having class. I think there is a class tomorrow. I just give me 1 second. Let me check. There should be a class. Anshul said leave. No class. No, I didn't say anything like that. Did I say that? No. Oh, okay. There is subject matter expert. Okay, just give me 1 second. Let me check. Just give me 1 second. Let me check if there's a class tomorrow. In my calendar, there seems to be a class, as far as I remember. Okay, there is no class tomorrow. Very good. There's no class. You can enjoy your 31st. Now the next class is directly on 2nd. Okay, no worries. You can enjoy your 31st. Happy holidays. Hmm. So now what are we going to do next? So we'll meet on 2nd and we'll discuss this connecting notification service with the other service. Now what we are going to do now is we are going to write rest of the code, which is the cron job code. How does the cron job works? Typically, what we do is we define a new folder for the crons, because there can be multiple crons in a service which do multiple things. Okay, just like you can have multiple controllers and routers, there can be something called as crons. I define a different folder called as crons. Inside this folder, I define a file called as cron.js. Okay, and the only thing in the life of this cron job is okay. Let me write the cron job first. Const on is equal to require node cron. Okay, this is the first step, and the second step is const ticket notification model is equal to require dot models slash notification model. Why is this crying? Okay, that's okay. I'll push the code. Just give me 1 second. Thank you, Likit, for reminding. I add the push origin and it got pushed. Now let's go back to the code. The ticket model, and one more thing you will require is the email transporter. I'll write it later. So now let's talk about the cron schedule. Cron dot schedule. First, we need to schedule it. So every 30 seconds, dollar, sorry, star slash 30, star. There should be 5 stars after 30. So every 30 seconds, what do you do? Create a async call. This async call takes no arguments and calls this function. What does this function do? Each time you have to do give 6 stars, exactly like this, the way I have shown you. Now you are going to do const notifications is equal to await ticket notification model dot find all the notification which has sent status as unsent. Okay. This cron is like a process. I think, were you there in the last class, Abhijit? Were you there in the last class? Okay. Then, okay, just give me 1 second. Let me explain this one more time. I'll just come here and write 5 seconds, and then I'm going to come here and write console.log on executed. Okay, so those of you who were not there, this is a scheduler. Every 5 seconds, every 5 seconds, this is going to run this code, which is to run the cron execute. Okay, this is seconds, this is minutes. There's different time windows. You can check out the schedule windows. This is minutes, this is seconds, this is minutes, this is hours, this is day of the week, this is month of the year, this is day of the month, like that. You can decide which day you can have. Yeah, Likita has shown, Likita has given the list of things. Now what I'm going to, this cron is going to run every 5 seconds. Now I come here to my app.js. Okay, before coming to app.js, if I just run this file, suppose I stop this and I do node cron.js, every 5 seconds, this file is going to say cron executed. That's all what cron is doing. Okay, Abhijit? Every 5 seconds, cron is doing I am getting executed. That's all cron is doing. There's nothing magical about cron. Okay, so I'll just pause this and I'm just control that here. That's all cron is doing. I'm going to comment this out. Anyone else has a doubt about cron? I can show it again, but I think this is clear now. Uh, First thing is every 30 seconds, go to the notification model and try to find the notifications that are unsent till now and get them into notifications. Now what you do is console.log count of unsent notifications colon, and then you can write the why not do it using set timeout instead? How will you do it using set timeout? You will put it inside a loop or something? Okay. I mean, cron will be doing exactly that in the backend. It will be using a set timeout like feature, but this is the API that can do it for you. So, for example, Avijit, what happens right now? You are just thinking about 5 seconds, but suppose you want to do it on the last day of every month, or you want to do it on the third week of the year. So, all those calculations you don't want to do in seconds. So therefore, you don't set time. Cron will be doing set timeout in the backend itself. Okay. What is seconds, minute, hour, and how we write those? Uh, so if I want to do it every hour, I can write like 1 hour. So every 1 hour and 5 seconds, this will run. Okay. So maybe I can show you how the cron schedule works. You can just go to node cron schedule. Uh, node cron. Let me go to this only. And here there should be a code readme. Yeah. So this is the data. These are the four stars. After them, you have to write the seconds. Okay. So now, for example, this is going to run every 1, 2, 4, and 5 minutes. This is going to run from 1 to 5 minutes. This is going to run every 2 minutes. When you have a back forward slash two, it's going to run every 2 minutes. When you say January, September, and Sunday, this is going to run on Sundays for January and September. Okay, every Sunday on January and September, this will run. There should be a star behind this, and this is going to run every January and September on Sundays. So all these options are there. Whenever you have a question, you can basically, yeah, Nikhil has it out. Yeah, Chrome tab. Okay, there's a tool that is shared by Nitish Kumar. You can check it out. Chrome tab.guru. Yeah. So next at this 4 5. That means uh, 4 hours 5 minutes. This should run. So if I write it like this, if I come here and write like this, so and I make this a star, also. Okay, there can be a second version also. Okay. I'm not sure. Oh, I was not sharing the screen. Just a second. Sorry for that. So I was just sharing the cron guru. This was the cron guru. You can click on this one and you can see whatever values are there. It will give you different kinds of practices that you can use. There is no second contributor here. Ideally, there should be a second also. It is only containing minute, hour, day, and month and day of the week, of the month, so on and so forth. So you can play around with this cron thing. Okay. Uh, uh, Video was gone, but do you get the idea of cron tab, Guru? This one, crontab.guru. Yeah, you can just play around with this for a few minutes, and ideally, whenever you have a doubt, you can just search if how to create that particular time. Typically, you will have every second or every 5 minutes or something. So it should not be a difficult one. But sometimes you might have something difficult. It is not useful to remember all this code in your mind. Uh, I mean, it's a good idea to figure out when you have a chance, when you have a use case. You don't need to figure out everything at the start. Okay. Now, going back to our lecture. So now this cron job is running and it has taken all the list of a list of notifications that need to be sent, all the unsent notifications. And what are we going to do? Each notification that has been unsent, we are going to send it. That's all we're going to do. Notification dot for each notification, notification, and this notification is going to call a function, and this function will have a const mail data. This is the data that you need to send from who is sending this message, from CRM notification service at, I'm going to use Yahoo at uh, yahoo.com.co.in. I'll create an email address with this name and then it will work out. To who all are you sending it to? Notification dot cpn emails. Subject is going to be notification dot subject, and you will have text that's going to be notification dot content. So far, so good. Now we have the mail data. Uh, Before moving forward, let me create a email address on Yahoo with this name. Okay. So that I can also demonstrate to you how this app is working. Okay. So I'll just pull this off. First, I'll go to yahoo.co.in. In yahoo.co.in, I'm going to do sign in, and I'll just go and create an account. For creating an account, I'll need a full name. Let me write it as Anshul Yadav. Email address, I'm going to save it as CRM notification service at yahoo.com. I need underscore instead of dashes, so I'll just write underscore. Okay. I need to create a password. Let me just create a password. I'll just create suggest a strong password, some strong password I'll write. No worries. Date of birth year 1992 and continue. Secure your account. We'll send you a notification code. Send code, you agree to our policy. Let me give my mobile number. 5970934 and send code. Prove you're not a robot. I don't know how to prove that. Password saved. And I should have received a character code now. So I come here and click on this. The character code is 55576. I verify this. And uh, welcome to Yahoo. You can use your new email address. Contact information. No, I don't want anyone to contact me. Done. Now this is my new email account. I click on uh, preferences. Please repeat videos here. Privacy control. I just click on email address, and there should be a way to. Uh, this is maybe later. Click on here, more settings, and there should be somewhere like STP, security filter, out of office, view email notification, mailbox, SM, SMTP, and Yahoo. I'm trying to find the SMTP for Yahoo. Connect email client to server SMTP. That there should be. hmm, Are you Yahoo settings? It is requested to SMTP setting. Uh, how to create an app password for this security? Create app password. Okay. So I come here, go to security and privacy, blocked addresses. Oh no, not this one. I go to Yahoo Mail. I go to home. I'm trying to find the SMTP server for Yahoo. So I click on my account, and there should be account security, and no, this is close verification app password. If you don't normally use a password to sign into your Yahoo account, here's how you can generate a password for third-party apps that require. Why is that required? Because I'm going to send emails from this Yahoo address. Okay, so enter your app's name. Let me call it CRM app. CRM notification service, and I'm going to generate a password for this. Sorry, this feature is not available at present. Notification service. This is not working. So let me go back to SMTP setting. What is the password? Your Yahoo app password. It is not the password you use to log in. The feature is not available. Uh, so what can I do? Where can I send an SMTP server message? Generate app passwords here. No. SMTP server. Mm, SendGrid is something I can use. Gmail provides POP3 and IMP service where we can get SMTP services. Uh, Gmail, I'm not sure. Last time I checked with Gmail, it was also causing some problem. So let me Go to this and add another account. Create account for personal use. First name Anshul, last name Yadav. Save this. Password suggest me. Should be underscore underscore gmail.com. Password, let me no. Click here at the rate gmail.com. What is the problem? Yeah. I need a strong password. Manage passwords. No, not here. I'll just use this password. I'll use a simple password. Uh, seems to be working. Six here. Seems to be correct. And this one. See, yeah. Optional. Date of birth August, September 30, 1990. Gender male. Next. Agree. Now in this I want to go to Gmail. Last time I used Gmail for SMTP, it was causing a lot of problems. So what you can do is you can go to settings or see all settings. In this there should be forwarding and pop IM. This is pop disable. Uh, uh, enable IMP. No. Let me check. Uh, Check IMP is turned on. Change SMTP in your settings. Click forwarding and tab. Save changes. Settings. Incoming email server. Outgoing. SMTP is outgoing mail server. Okay. Uh, the below table show the below update your client with current information. Okay. Authentication. This full name or display name, your name, account name, username, your full email address. Password is your Gmail password. Okay, so this seems to be working correctly. Now I just need to write this. So I have to come here and write enable SMTP and no size limit. Yeah, save changes. So these changes are saved. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back to my CRM app, and there's one more thing I need is the email transporter. So once I have the mail data, I need an email transporter, and I'm going to define an email transporter now. So I just come here and define a new folder. This is called as notifier. This is a single folder with a single file. called as email service. Is SMTP setup on Gmail? Yeah, you just need to click on that. Just need to click on enable IMP. Okay. All you need to do is go to this settings, go to all settings, go to forwarding and pop IM, and here you can just enable IMAP. Okay, that's all you need to do. Mostly create a new file instead of doing it directly. Okay, what is IM? It is for forwarding maps from forwarding emails from mails from other apps. There's a full form for that. I am forgetting the full form. Let me see what is the full form. Uh, Outgoing mail. Uh, so IMAP is something. I'm not sure about the full form, but it's a service. It's a protocol that can be used to forward mails from your account. Okay. Internal Mail Access Protocol. Internet Mail Access Protocol. Thank you, Nilanjan. I used to use it before when I used to send something to my Kindle. I typically used to use this. Okay. Now we are going to write a mail transporter, which will require something. Const node mailer is a service that will need. So require node mailer. Save this. Come to this point and write node. Npm install node mailer. I should have saved it, but it will automatically get saved. So let me check package.json. It contains node mailer. So yeah, it got saved. Now I have the node mailer file provider. I can just do module.export. Create a function that will send the mails from this. Create transport, and this transport will be port 465. Is this the correct port? Host is smtp.google. Sorry, smtp.gmail.com. Let me check if the port is correct. So here we have to provide the SMTP setting. Yes, exactly. This client will use the SMTP setting. This will take port will be 465, and it will take the authentication thing also. So I'll just go back to. It'll take the authentication. For authentication, it will take user. Let me paste the user. Notification CRM notification dot service, and password is going to be Q6J 61096. I think this is the password. And finally, I'll write secure as true. So that's how you can create a node mailer. Now the last thing is, what is SSL? Uh, it's just give me 1 second. I forgot the SSL form. Circuit sockets layer. Oh yeah, this is a layer in networking. Just like you have, uh, there's a sockets layer, there's an application layer. This is, can you repeat this part again? Yes, look at this is a layer in networking, SSL. Okay, the socket layer is called as SSL. Now, current Quora. So current, what I'm doing is I'm creating a node mailer, which is going to use my SMTP service from my Gmail account, which is CRM notification services Gmail account, and this is the password. Once you pass the email address and password into this, you can use this service. Okay. Uh, I'm going to change the password while pushing the code to the GitHub, but you can use some other email address if you want. Okay. This is not. Please don't use this email address for your use because it is registered on my name. Uh, Actually, I'm going to delete the email address as well. So that's how you can create a transport protocol. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to come to the cron jobs. Let me see what is the time. I'm going to go to cron job, and once I have the mailer, I'm going to import the mailer in my cron job. So I'm going to come here and click const email transporter. This will require show a test. Yeah. Shall we? Yeah, exactly. We are going to test. That's why I'm taking this trouble. Otherwise, I would have given you the theory and left you on your own. But I'm going to show you how to send it to a particular email address, and I'll ask you to give me your email address, and I'll send it to you specifically. Okay. So you can check in your email address. Console.log mail data. Can mail data log the mail data and email transporter dot send mail. We'll have the mail data. Send this mail data. This is the load that we have, and async error comma data here comma info. Just give me 1 second. Where is the email? Yeah. Let me change this. Control V. There should be dot. And there was something more. 1992 1. Let me check the email address of that account. Otherwise, all our hard work will go to waste. 1992. There's nothing one about it. Yeah. Just come here and write it as 1992. I think one more place I have to change it is in the email service. It should be notification dot 1992. Save this also. Cron also. Error and info. And then what you can do is create this, and then you can do if there is an error, you can do console.log error.message. If there is no error, else you can do console.log info. Once this happens, what you are going to do is const saved notification is equal to await ticket model.find one, and you're going to send the underscore id as notification dot underscore id. Now what you are going to do is save notification dot send status send await. Save. Okay. But don't we need to write full email address gmail.com? Yeah, that is correct. Sorry, I didn't write it completely. Thank you for that update, Nilanjan. So that's all there is to this. I'm going to reduce the time. Oh, 5 seconds is good. 5 seconds is good. I'm going to save this and I'm going to now run the code. First, I'll go. No, node node app.js. I'm not. No, sorry. Control C. I'm going to come here and click on app.js, and here I have to write that cron job. So I'll have to do require uh, dot cron slash cron. When I write this, it means that I am asking the cron job to run. No, time is not over yet. I'm going to come to the top and I'm going to paste this. So my cron job will start running as soon as you start my app. So let me start the app one more time. Now app is running in 5 seconds. This is the unsent email that we need to send, and it is not being sent ever because these email addresses are not uh, uh, this email is going away. Let's see if it is going to, yeah, timeout. The email is not going to uh, email timeout. I'm getting an email timeout on this. uh, Email service, let me check email service. Mm, let me check. I think the password is incorrect or something. uh, let me check what is the password. uh, just let me stop sharing for some time. Let me check. Let me check the password. I have not saved the password. Why? Why have I not saved the password? Oh my god. Um, General. I have to come here and share Google account. Just give me a few minutes. Uh, yeah, that is a good idea. But security, security, security. Hmm, Password. What is the password? Okay, let me check. Password is correct only. Password is not the problem. Let me share one more time. Come here and share. So what is saying username and password not accepted. So it is saying username and password is not accepted. Just give me 1 second. Let me go back to the this one and let me this let me open incognito and just give me 1 second. It was IMP not SMTP. Maybe for that. Uh no. Oh, okay. Did I write IMS? No. I write SMTP. That's correct. That is not the problem. Uh, it says username and password is not accepted. So let me check by logging in gmail.com. Not while setting up on Gmail. Setting up on Gmail. Let me check. I think there was no SMTP path SMTP option. There's no SMTP option. Okay. There's only IMP which I have enabled, and there is POP which I will enable again. Let me see, and I'll save this. Under the account tab, uh, accounts tab, where is accounts? Accounts and imports. Change account, change send email as this. Account at storage. Account. Add another email address. Add a mail account. This one. No, this is not. This is not what I want. No. It says that Abhijit Nair is saying something. Let me check. Sorry. So I have a tutorial open on my computer as well. So oh, just give me 1 second. This is Gmail itself. It is saying that I'm signing it. Too many simultaneous blocked or spammed. Account now, Gmail address. Use your full email address. Okay, that's the problem. I got it. That is the problem. I should be using my full email address. So here, when I have the username, I have to write @gmail.com. Okay, I save this. I go to this place, Control C, on the Node app again, and this is the notification. And it'll take some time to send it. Ideally, I should use 30 seconds time window instead of 5 seconds, but let's see. Timed out. Okay, let me control control C this and come here and do. Uh, Let me go to cron job. Inside this, I have this function. Um, Let me copy this function. C control V. Just give me a few minutes. We have some time. I think we should be. Sorry. Uh, I'm just going to share the screen. Okay. So let's try to send a simple email and see what is going wrong. Okay. So I have email address sent, and here I'm going to create a mail data const mail data. Let me create some data for this mail. All I need is from to. So I copy this from and then to. Into I'm just going to write my email address Anshul Yadav 98 at gmail.com. I'll have subject which is equal to test and text is also equal to test. Okay. This is my mail data. Ideally, I should be able to send the email using this. I'm going to stop this part, and what I'm going to do is I also don't need this part. I'm going to delete this. I'm going to print the info and look at the message, and I'm going to comment out this part also. That's also not required. Now I'm going to save this. Email service seems to be correct. Gmail.com SMTP. Save this as well. Go to this place. This and invalid login not accepted. Learn more at this. Uh, Open. What does it say? Oh, no. Set a problem. Okay, let me go to what uh, Abhijit has shared. Username and password. Check your password. Hmm. Just to answer. Just give me 1 second. Let me go back to this. Full email address, Gmail password seems to be correct. Settings, notifications, service dot 1992. Oh, should it be user or username? Just give me 1 second. Node mailer. Some problem with this. Let me copy this password. Let me go to incognito window. Uh, Password. Or no. What is the email address? It is crm dot service. So crm notification service 1992. Password I'm going to paste. The password and email address are correct. There is no problem with the password or email address. That is not the error. So password and email address are correct. What else can go wrong? Uh, Let me check what somebody has shared with the stop sharing. Hostinger tutorial how to use free. Uh, just give me a few minutes. I think I still have some time. Hostinger. Stop tutorial slash tutorials slash how to use free Google SMTP server. I think it will take some time for that email address to get activated. What is this saying? Navigate to setting. Once you have a Gmail password, log into your Gmail account. Can't follow this. Navigate the setting by clicking. Using custom domain. This is custom domain. Using WordPress plugin. No, all this is not. Okay. What does custom domain do? Uh, okay. No, that is not. That is not what you need. Uh, One thing that is not going to work is probably that the fact that there is no two-factor authentication in the app, in the account. If I don't provide two-factor authentication, uh, SMTP will not work. Uh, Does SMTP Gmail work without two-factor authentication? Password? No. Sorry for this delay. Let me try TLS instead of SSL. Let me try. Let me try the other port number 576. Node Mailer. Node Mailer. Mm, That's how Node Mailer works. Oh, did I do secure as true? Let me do secure as false. Um, I come here and go back to this. I do secure as false and I do it as 567. That's the problem that is occurring now. It says that username and password is wrong. Come here and control C this. I run the code again. Let's see what happens now. Notification sent. Okay, so uh, am I getting an error or something? Timed out. Hmm. Okay. Okay, this is a problem with Gmail actually. Uh, uh, Yeah, there is something that Google is doing to stop the emails from going to the um, client ID through application API console, application API console. Jump to API console. Uh, just log into the other account. Okay. I have to update my API console. So let me share. I'm sharing the screen. What do I have to do? In this here, you create a client ID into the box for redirect URL. Then you must obtain a client ID and secret. Open Google OAuth Playground. You will obtain refresh token and access token to set up the OAuth Playground. On the page for this, click on gear right button. Set up your ID and client secret. Step 2 and access token location. Authorize header and record. Set up the scopes. Text below. Uh, Click on authorize API. Authorize the refresh token. Write down a snippet. I have to write the OAuth here address. Okay, and send mail.js. Okay, so this will require a lot of steps to do it from Gmail. Uh, I think I have time for doing that. Uh, Let me see if I can do this. Just give me one second. Let me see if I can do this in the next 5 minutes. Let me check what is the time. I have 5 minutes. I'll try to do this, and if I'm able to do, I'll help you. If I'm not able to do it, then we'll see. Create project, and in this, my project name is notification service. Install on mail register. Cancel. Create client ID. OAuth consent screen. Oh no. API console. On API access. API access. Where is API access? Uh, Go to API console. Jump to API console. Yeah, this is good. In this, I'm not able to find API access in this. Okay, need to create a project. Oh, SMTP. So, okay. No, I want a new project. Click on new project. This is called as CRM notification service, and organization is Hyderabad. No, no. Location say Hyderabad. Create. Protect your account from hackers. Creating this. See all activity. This is good. Now this app got created. I click on the app, and in this API library, there should be apps and services. There should be something called as API access. Enable APIs and access. This requires a lot of work. I don't think I first need to create. I created product, API and service, credentials and credentials online. Yes, that is true. So, but anyways, that's a small thing. Maybe tomorrow I'll set it up and I'll show it to you, or maybe some other day I'll show it to you. But all that you do is typically you should have a very good email address that can send STP, SMTP. But that setup step is remaining. So I was not thinking that it will take so much time. I was thinking that the request will be easier to send. Anyways, so once you have the request enabled, what you can do is you can send the emails. You can send the email using the email sender, and people will start receiving emails. This is not that easy as it looks. There are some steps. There are some bureaucratic steps that you have to follow. Um, I'm sorry, I was not prepared for this contingency. Yeah. So that is the overall notifications app. In the next class, we will attach this app to our regular app, and we will also. I'll try to get the STP SMTP thing working, and in the next class, I'll show you the total overall code. Okay. Again, I'm sorry for the delay, and that's it. On 2nd January, I'll show. In the next year, it will take me 1 year to complete this app. It'll take me 1 year. Next year, I'll show you the SMTP. Okay. Completed. It was not a problem of the code, it was problem of Gmail actually. Yeah. So anyways, completed. Prompt. Prompt. Uh, yeah, thank you. Thank you everyone. Uh, Happy New Year in advance to every one of you. May you have a very nice year next year. May all of you get very good jobs. May all of you get placed in Google next year. Okay. Uh, Till then, bye everyone. And once you get placed in Google, please fix this SMTP thing. Okay. uh, Bye everyone. Same to you, sir. Bye. Good night.